we doing today? I'm glad you asked. What's up, guys? It's Pieman, and today we are doing a very special thing because it's the end. It's the end of 2018, and I've had so much fun this year on this channel. I wanted to do something special aside from the big Christmas special. If you haven't seen that, go check that out, actually. But I decided, because Nearly News has been so much fun for me so far, that this week, celebrating the end of 2018, the start of 2019, we would go over the whole year's news. Because the show's not been going all year, and I thought it's a good chance to go back and celebrate the 100 greatest news stories of 2018. That's a lot to get through, so we're going to have to work pretty hard, but we're going to do it all week, Monday to Friday, and we're going to count down 20 news stories each week, and we will reach my favourite news story of the year on Friday, which I am looking forward to. But we've got a long way to go, and I wanted to shout out this book. This is the book of the year, 2018, your definitive guide to the world's weirdest news, and that's just perfect for me. It's made by the guys from the hit podcast No Such Thing as a Fish. This is not a sponsorship thing. I got this book on Christmas and I read through the whole thing in about a day, and I found so many great news stories that I decided to share some of them with you in this countdown. In fact, most of them were from the book. It's such a good book. I really recommend reading it if you want more news stories, but for my 100 favourite ones, you just keep watching this video. Coming in at number 100, just making our list, is Apple. Always in the news, but Apple were in the news this year for making a brand new office in America completely out of glass, and on the first day alone, 7 people were injured walking into walls in the building. Coming in at number 99, we have a man in Wisconsin. And what a hero of a man. He's been eating a Big Mac a day since 1972. He's only missed a couple of days that whole time, and I think he actually maybe ate more than one a lot of days as well. And a crowd gathered in Wisconsin this year to watch him eat Big Mac number 30,000. He's actually got at least 20,000 cartons and all sorts, and receipts just sitting around his house. At 98 is Britain and Brexit, because it's just going to keep popping up, I reckon. But this was an excellent story. It turns out that different firms were bidding on the right to make Britain's post-EU passports, and which one won? A French-German company, which is in the EU. So Britain's post-EU passports will be made in the EU. Oh. Number 97, in St Andrews University in Scotland, a new type of contact lens which fires laser from your eyes has been developed. Keeping with that theme, on 96, police in China are now being given out glasses that scan every face they see, compare them with a central database, and then tell them if that's a criminal. Straight out of sci-fi. And we're staying with that theme for number 95. A Specsavers branded car crashed into a lamppost in Liverpool. Obviously this led to the hashtag trending should have gone to. At 94, we're back in China because an all-you-can-eat restaurant that opened there had to close after only 2 weeks of being open. Why? The people ate all they could eat, and the restaurateurs boofed it. From Chinese restaurants to French supermarkets, at 93, a French supermarket had an excellent 70% off deal on Nutella. But it turns out French people really like Nutella, and there were actually Nutella riots in that part of France following this discount. Nutella riots. There was huge uproar over this because it was just ridiculous. A woman had her hair pulled. An elderly lady got hit with a box on the head. Whoa. Whew. And someone ended up with a bloody hand. The savagery. Number 92, in the name of finally getting rid of guns from this world, a police force was given slingshots and rocks to use as weapons instead of guns. Oh, it was Mexico. Okay. I should have known that wasn't America. At 91, it turns out the Pope might be a heretic. He denied the existence of hell to a reporter while in the Vatican, and then the Vatican had to deny that he denied the existence of hell, because it turns out if you deny the existence of hell, you're a heretic. As an aside, in other Pope news, when he visited us here in Ireland, we were selling candy called lollipops. At number 90, a Japanese company tried to schedule pregnancy timetables for its female employees, hoping that this would cut down on the number of women needing maternity leave at any one time. One 26-year-old was told she wouldn't get her turn to have kids for 10 years. Needless to say, this did not work. At 89, Tesla is worried that its self-driving cars are going to be getting bullied. Man, that's horrible, because instinctively they always give way to other cars in the road. You've got to ask yourself what happens if a self-driving car and a self-driving car meet at an intersection. Who gives way and who goes? Fortunately, they are fixing this problem. Elon Musk said that he is going to be introducing a Mad Max mode to the cars, ensuring that they are more aggressive in the future. At 88, a snail race in England had to be postponed this February because the snails were feeling too sluggish and were not allowed out to compete. In at number 87, a man got into a small traffic accident and then ended up punching a policeman in America. The weird thing about this is his license plate says dirtbag. In at 86 is the FIFA World Cup. The fans were all over the place and did a lot of different things this year. On one hand, you had the Japanese fans who cleared and cleaned the stands after every game that their team was involved in. Meanwhile, the team in the locker room cleaned that thing spotless and left a note saying thank you after the game that they got knocked out in. On the other hand, you had English fans who, after beating Sweden in their World Cup knockout game, went on to trash IKEA stores all over the country. Staying with IKEA, they published an ad in a Swedish magazine this year that had a pregnancy test embedded in it. If you peed on the pregnancy test and it revealed that you were pregnant, you could bring it to the store and they would give you 50% off cots. In at 84, a French museum dedicated to one painter found that 82 of their 140 paintings by him were fake. How did they find this out? Well, there were some discrepancies with signatures, and then someone realised that some of the buildings in one of the paintings were only built in 1950 and the painter died in 1922. In at 83, while the Prime Minister of Japan was having a state visit in Israel, he was served his dessert in a shoe, which is considered the most uncleanly thing in all of Japan and was therefore a great offence to Japanese culture. What I don't understand is, even if they didn't know that, they still knew that it was a shoe, which is not exactly considered clean in any culture. At 82, Elon Musk was in the news again this year for developing a flamethrower. However, shops refused to stock it because it was a flamethrower, so he officially titled it Not a Flamethrower. Don't think it worked. He was also, of course, in the news for joking on April Fool's Day on Twitter that SpaceX was going into bankruptcy. Shares in SpaceX dropped 8% the next day. The man just doesn't give a shit, I love him! Finally, today, at number 81, an FBI agent was dancing in a club in Denver, and he did a backflip which resulted in his gun falling out of its holster onto the ground, going off, hitting someone in the leg, and ending in him getting assault charges. Meanwhile, the person who was shot was guaranteed free drinks for life at the club, though we are betting he will not want any more shots. And that's all for our countdown today, folks. Thank you very much for watching. Tune in tomorrow when we keep rolling with the next 20, and make sure that you are watching on Friday when we check out the top 20. Until then, have a great night, everyone. Happy New Year to you all. I hope you have a great 2019. I'll see you later.